welcome to another edition of Beyond the Bell. It is Tuesday, June 4th, 2024, to 60 seconds after the bell, which means it's time to go beyond the news, beyond the charts, and beyond the bell. And guys, hold on as I pull it up here. This was just sent to me a few minutes ago. I know a lot of you guys have seen this already, but we need to go over this. So guys, as of right now, we have a flash sale between now and June 7th, which is Friday. I mean, that's, I guess, loosely a flash sale. It's like a long-term flash sale. But, hey, that's all right because, hey, it saves you a little money. Lowest price almost across the board. I would pretty confidently say lowest price across the board. All 5 of Blue Sky's accounts, from the 25, 50, 100K premium accounts to $150 and $200 static accounts. I was looking for the word there. The word was there. It was on the tip of my tongue. This is outstanding. Hello, Chris, Raxeth, Tio, Makar. Nice to see you guys as always today. And yeah, this is outstanding. This is really, really fun to see. No better time, no better price to get in with Blue Sky because they do bring you the show each and every day because they have the clearest path to a live brokerage account, live trading with Mike every day in the Discord, and this outstanding show. You have no reason to get your accounts or your content anywhere else. Check us out, bluesky.pro. All right, guys, it was a tale of 2 days today. Let's jump in and talk or take a look at the big picture. So here's the NQ. White line is 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern, the open of the New York session. And there was some movement, right? Like the ATR was pretty high at sometimes, up at 30, but we weren't getting outside the distribution bands, right? This was kind of frustrating to me. Had a couple of actually I've started. Well, we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to get to that momentarily. But I've been starting to look at a couple of other assets just to expand my trading repertoire. And, so I was looking at some other things today. But I was sitting talking with a client, and I said, how do you handle days like today, right? Where there's not, I mean, there's range, but there's really not. I mean, look at this, right? This is not a great chart, right? Our dev bands are tucking in, which we don't want to see. We're getting buying and selling tails on a lot of different candles, right? Lack of conviction, lack of direction, lack of movement. It's just like everything through here and a lot of through here is just not tradable. And I mentioned, I said, one of my weaknesses as a trader, right? We all have strengths as a trader. We all have weaknesses as a trader. The idea is, it used to be, in fact, I remember when I was in Little League Baseball, right? And we had a coach, I'm talking like 9, 10 years old. I don't remember a ton about that time. It was quite a while ago. But hello, Rocco, TCG, Israel, Vera Normal, United State of Being, Tiana, nice to see you guys. Henrik, nice to see you as well. But anyway, so one of my weaknesses as a trader, if I sit and look at a chart, okay, I don't care how crappy the chart is, I will inevitably start talking myself into a trade. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to make one. All right, but it creates that tension, and it creates a little bit of anxiety and angst because I'll be like, well, yeah, the trading conditions are shit right now, but there could, it's like that. I remember, who was I talking with last night about that? Oh, yes, our good friend Josh here at Blue Sky. We were having a conversation last night, and I mentioned, I don't remember what brought the conversation on, but for those of you that are fans of the television show Arrested Development, there's that scene with the two characters, and you don't need to know anything about the show, where the one character says to another, well, does this ever work? And the character says, no, it doesn't. People delude themselves into believing that it's going to work for them, that they're the exception. And then he pauses and says, but it might just work for us, right? Literally going against what he just said. And so I can sit here and talk myself into a trade, say, yeah, the trading conditions are crap, but you're a good trader, Matt. You can probably find something. And in reality, that's not to say you don't find something small, but it's not something that is in accordance with what I'm looking for in my risk-reward profile, in my trading, etc. Then about 2 o'clock rolled around. And this little interesting move up and move down and expanded a lot of what we do. And so that's always good to see, right? That's always interesting to see. And I'm warned, I have a noon meeting with my paid community every day, guys. We meet for anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, depending on the day. And we talk about our trades from the morning, and we game plan for the rest of the afternoon. And I remember saying, remember that on days like today, more often than not, we have seen we have seen afternoon movement. We sure did here. And I'd love to tell you I caught a big chunk of this move up. I didn't. Small part of the way down, but that was about it. It was a green day for me. One or two trades, and I'm green by a few $100. That's better than red, right? Not what I'm accustomed to. But just an interesting situation. But I will tell you what I did. And this is a nice little trader hack for some of you. If you trade the indexes, I know a lot of you trade predominantly the indexes, and it's a good place to start. Start with the ES or the YM over the NQ. They're just smoother assets. But for any asset, okay, if you're caught in a range, you notice here, I have these two yellow lines set up, and I have these little icons here, which are alerts, right? So what I was doing, I was doing a couple things around the house. I was working on my slide deck for Thursday's presentation, and so I was like, you know what? If something breaks out or breaks down, I'd like to know about it, but I don't want to pay attention to every little detail, right? Now, a lot of trading platforms have, alerts that can be sent to your phone, this or that, and that's fine. If that's something you want to do, maybe you need to, you want to go outside and relax a little bit. It's summer. It's, really nice in a lot of places. But what I do, actually, as I was telling my clients, I usually go sit down on the front porch, and the windows that open up onto my front porch are in my office, so I'll crack a window a little bit. I'll set my alerts, and I'll turn my speakers all the way up, right? If the alert goes off, not that I would run or anything like that, but I could literally be at my desk in under 10 seconds, okay? Often what will happen is the alarm will go off, I'll look on my phone to see what happened, and et cetera, et cetera. But you have to be able to, again, know your strengths and weaknesses as a trader. Me understanding that I will create trades if there's none to be found means I need to do the only thing that I can do in that situation, right? I can't make the markets move. I also can't make the markets stop for the day. Can I control the markets? No. What can I control? Me. I can stand up and walk away. Very hard to place a trade on your computer when you're not sitting at your computer. And so that's what I did for a large chunk of the day. Got a lot done. So I made a few $100, and I had a really productive day on some other things that I've been working on. And that's a good day for me, guys. Like I'd love to make $3,000 every day, right? Like that's $3 to $4 to $5,000. Love to do that. 10 grand, whatever, right? But some days it's not about making money. It's about not losing it or about saving that money. And in a lot of situations, you need to be prepared to, again, remove the only variable from the equation that you control, which is yourself. Makar says, a question, would you give up what the market would give you in a certain direction and go for a fixed RR, I'm assuming risk return? Would that help your consistency with time? First of all, Makar, confirm that I'm looking at RR means risk reward, a fixed risk reward. Well, I think every trading strategy should have a fixed risk reward, right? Like in my situation, I usually like to go 1.5 to 1 or 1.8 to 1. So like risking 15 to 18 handles in the NQ for a 25 handle return, right? Something along those lines is what I'm looking for. So now, that being said, I still think I remain convinced, because this was something a habit I got into as a swing trader, that scaling out, not scaling in per se, but scaling out of winning trades on the upside was a game changer for me. To the point where the first full year I did that, my profits increased about 40% year over year, because I started, $500, $600, $700 winning trades became $9,000 or $900,000, $1,200, $1,500 winning trades, right? My position size is typically 3 to 4 minis, right? Mostly 3. So I scale out in thirds, and you don't need. So I'll take usually I take one contract off. Let's say I'm in the NQ. I'm in a trade. I'm risking 18 handles to make 25. Actually, sometimes I will take that first contract off anywhere above 20, like 22 to 23 handles. Not ticks, handles, right? And then the next contract, I'll take off another 5 or 6 higher. And then that last contract, I will see how far it will go, all right? And about 60 to 70% of the time, it doesn't go a lot further. Maybe I get another 3 to 5 handles out of it, maybe 7, very rarely 10, but about 20% of the time it retraces, and I won't take it for a loss, but I'll take it for about the same as my first contract, right? But every now and then, probably about 10 to 20% of the time, that third contract will go. And all of a sudden, where you're taking 25 to 30 handle profit in on your first two contracts, maybe it's 50, 60, 70, or even more on that final contract. Again, that doesn't happen all the time. In fact, it's probably 15 to 20% of the time will that run another even 15 plus handles. But all of the sudden, that turns a $900 trade into a $1,300 trade. It turns $5,000 weeks if you just catch one of these a week into $6,000 weeks. Catch 3 or 4 of these a month. It turns a $20,000 month into a $25,000. You see what I'm saying and see how this goes. So again, and I have a course, guys, called the 25 Rules of Day Trading. That's one in there. Is always scale out of your winners. It doesn't always work for a huge extra profit, but it's something I highly, highly, highly recommend. ML says, I work from home from my desk. Hard to avoid those random trades at times. I agree, ML. You know, I literally work from home in my desk as well. Now, again, in my trading, I'm my own boss. In my education, I'm my own boss, right? I partner with Blue Sky on a few things like this show. We have a very good relationship, but I work for myself, okay? And so, you know, obviously you may not have that particular setup, but you've got to build in things to keep yourself from making random trades. You said hard to avoid random trades at times. It sounds like you're like okay with that, or I don't want to be critical. I'm not yelling at you or anything, but like, you know, it's like, well, that's just part of, you know, that's the tuition. It's part of playing. No, it's not. You need to put in a system to prevent yourself from doing that. I don't expect you to do that overnight, right? I'm not saying stop it right now, or, you know, you smack your hand you get what I'm saying. But it's whether that's, you know, if you have to spend 30 minutes on a project, or maybe you have a Zoom meeting with, it's very, you know, my girlfriend's worked from home for quite some time, and you know, yes, there's been times I've taken a day off. I spend it with her, and I hear the inane Zoom meetings that they'll put her through, right? So it's very tempting to look at your other screen and trade. But in all honesty, your full attention is not on your trade. And if your full attention cannot be on your trade and what you're doing, you shouldn't be making a trade. So I would just recommend to you, ML, to try to put in some type of structure on that, right? Whether it's closing your trading platform, right? It's not open. You can't make a trade if your platform is closed. Or, I mean, some platforms, or, you know, our trader or certain things can build in, I don't know all the ins and outs, but you can build in ways to restrict your trading, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that's something that you can look at as well. Okay, guys, I see Rocco and Maverick have questions, guys, about accounts. Let me just say this. I have a very good relationship with the Blue Sky team. Mike, Josh, Raj, Asher, fantastic group over there. But I am not an employee. So even though I could probably answer the questions that you guys are asking, I want to be very careful. I don't want to misspeak because you're not getting it from the source, right? As in, there is a channel on the Discord called Ask Questions. If you're not in the Blue Sky Discord, I highly recommend joining. You go to bluesky.pro. There should be an invite link in the bottom left-hand corner of the homepage. So I don't want to speak out of turn because I could answer 80 questions right. The next 2 or 3 that I answer wrong could cause somebody to buy an account based on erroneous information from me, and I never want to be in that situation. So rather than me, take a good and educated guess, but a guess nonetheless, if I don't know something off the top of my head, I want to be very careful. I want to direct your questions to the Ask Questions part. And if it's having to do with billing or something to your account, then you need to go to the website, go to the support chat in the bottom right-hand corner, and click on that. Guys, it is not an exaggeration to say a Blue Sky has probably the best support in the game, right? Because they have the same attitude about their prop firm as I have on my education. Neither one of us wants to be the biggest in the space. We want to be the best. And so that involves having a certain level of working directly with clients, customer service, stuff like that. You go to any other prop firm Discord, guys, and fish around there for a while, you're going to hear 100 complaints of people talking about customer service. I swear not a week goes by where I don't hear somebody in the Blue Sky praising an interaction they had with Raj, Asher, Josh, any of these guys that can help you in those situations. Honestly, guys, it's another reason to go with Blue Sky on all this kind of stuff. But yeah, Casey, I appreciate you answering that. That's fine. You guys can answer each other. You understand the position it puts me in. I just want to be careful. I don't want to misspeak. I don't want to accidentally, as I'm processing all these things and I'm talking on the markets, and I've got thankfully no one for Blue Sky is messaging me to do something on the show like 10 minutes after it starts. But I'm juggling a lot. I don't want to misspeak. So. So yeah, but Zach, it really does. And again, I can only tell you. Obviously, there's personal conversations I have with those guys that will stay that way, but one of the reasons I came on, I did webinars for these guys for several months. They asked me what more can we do. So we looked at doing this show. There's still conversations, guys. If you want to see anything more from me, you got to let me know. And I can talk with those guys if it's something that meets with what they're trying to do. You've got Mike live trading a lot of times in the Discord, right? I know he's not there every single minute of every day, but he's there pretty much every day. And even if his style is not like yours, guys, he's a pro trader. Go ask him questions. Right? Go say, hey, Mike, how do you handle this? Or how do you handle this? Or you're welcome to direct message me or even tag me. I only check the Discord a couple times a day because I have my own community that I'm keeping an eye on. But you're more than welcome to tag me in the Discord. Say, hey, Matt, how would you handle this particular situation? And if it's trading related, not like an account or a question or something, I'll answer to the best of my ability. Guys, ask questions. Ask effing questions. Closed mouths do not get fed. Right? I wish I had asked more questions my first 3 months of trading. It would have saved me hopefully part of the 42 grand that I lost in my first, it was under 4 months, but more than 3, right? Like you guys say, I've blown out 10 accounts in the last week or so. Yeah, I lost most of my life savings in my first 4 months of trading. It was heartbreaking. And it took me almost 2 years to get back what I needed to get back to even continue in my career. I thought my ramen days were done in college. I was sorely mistaken. And now I've stuck through it, and I have a very, very nice lifestyle. I'm not saying I'm flying private jets or anything like that, but let's just say I haven't flown coach for many years. All right. So again, it's these guys reached out to me to create some education stuff. They've got some stuff in house already. There's no reason to not join up with these guys. Little more money up front, but no activation fees, right? And the 25%. To Rocco, I do think Casey answered you correctly there on that question. In theory, guys, they could charge $500 for their accounts. If you pass that consistency, you get your sign-up fee back. So there's a way to get to a brokerage account paying little to nothing if you really know what you're doing and you're a really capable trader. So give them a try, guys. It's a really great setup. So anyway, guys, before we go any further, I do want to. I've been doing this week, and I am. I'm doing an outside event this week. I want to show this to you. It's the Mad Hedge Fund Trader and Investor Summit 2024. It started today. John Thomas, guys, a legend in the industry, an absolute legend. And he hosts this, and this will be my 5th time with them. I am kicking off day 3, which is this Thursday at 9 a.m., using multiple chart types to find day trading opportunities. Guys, I'm going to put the link to sign up. It's a free event, and John gives away a ton of prizes. So if you show up and you stay for the majority of my talk, and guys show up and say hi and ask questions, say, hey, Matt, coming over from Blue Sky, like that's great, because I'm going to shout out Blue Sky during that event as well. Being that it's not a Blue Sky event, I fully plan on taking some shots at some of the live sim funded companies. I'm not going to call anyone by name, but I always get that message out there that you should be working towards a live brokerage account. And when I say Blue Sky is the clearest path, they have very defined regulations. It's not, hey, we may put you into a brokerage account if we decide. No, it's like, here's what you need to do. We have very concrete steps. It's like, this is something, again, I remember back in my corporate days, and when somebody gives you a directive, right? Like, you have to do this, but doesn't give you any idea how to do it. And then so you do it and you accomplish a directive, and they're like, well, not like that, right? That can be very frustrating. So for somebody to say something kind of open-ended, you don't want that. You want to say, here's exactly what you need to do to get into a live brokerage account. So yeah, so guys, just any questions, any trading related questions. And guys, obviously, if you have any questions for our mailbag at any point, you are more than welcome to reach out to me, Trader Matt on Discord, or email me at matt@tiresiastrading.com. But I really appreciate you guys signing up for that event. Even if you can't attend live, they will email out the replay. And if you ever want to see that, you've got to sign up with them. So I don't. I can't distribute that after I do it with them. That's on them to do it. So, yeah. Respectfully, guys, honestly, I don't know what to tell you about the that and the added taxes in Europe, that's honestly, whoever your representative is for the EU or your local, you got to tell them there's nothing we can do about it. I have to deal with this, and when I don't have a lot of memberships overseas, but I have people that buy my courses that live in Europe. They got to pay it too. It is what it is. It's the law. So I don't know what to tell you on that. We get some complaints on that. It would piss me off too. But guys, honestly, this is what I tell people, right? I'm never in a situation. I'm not one of those, I have my own site. I do other things. I'm working on courses right now. I'm never going to be somebody that's going to charge $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for a course or anything like that. There's a lot of people that do. And everyone says, oh, that's ridiculous. How can you? Well, you know what, guys? I know a lot of people that paid upwards of $10,000 for mentorship, and it's helped make their trading career, right? Guys, honestly, there is if not just me, but if there's an educator out there that can help you it's not going to be overnight. It's going to take time. And I don't care if it's a video course, it's coaching, it's mentoring, it's a community, whatever the case may be. If they can help you go from a non-profitable trader to a consistently profitable trader to the point where you're making, let's just say $1,000 a week, about $50,000 a year in trading. Right? How far would that go in your lives right now? And then it moves up to 100, and then it moves up to even more, right? If there's somebody that can help you do that, what's that worth to you, right? Like, that's honestly, if you know what you're doing and you're ready to get into, an account and get to a broker, it shouldn't, guys. Honestly, I tell you, Blue Sky was never going to let me design an account in the parameters because nobody would buy it because it would be a lot more expensive than what they charge, and the rules would be crazy tough. All right, so if I was going to give somebody $50,000 of my money to trade, you're going to have to jump through a hell of a lot more hoops than what they put you through in the eval and Blue Live. So just, it sucks, but it is what it is. Yes, Real, I mean, I don't know if you're talking about me specifically or Blue Sky. I don't know what the domestic taxes and stuff are. I don't know. I haven't made any test purchases on my site in a long time, so I don't know what's figured in and what's not. All I know is there's taxes and things I got to pay at the end of the year too, so it sucks. But do I? Yeah, I don't know. I think I may not. I don't know if it adds domestically, but it's got to be paid at some point. Digital places crack down on that. I actually think Stripe may take that automatically out of my account because if somebody buys a $100 course for me, there's going to be $3 or $4 that comes out of that off the top, right? Just to pay for processing and probably taxes as well. The taxes are going to get paid. Honestly, for something that small, I don't care if you're paying them or I'm paying them, as long as they get paid. Nobody gets in trouble, right? All right. So where was Rich says I lost 10 evals, 25K. How to quit over trading addiction, please. Rich, honestly, first of all, you got to change something. All right, I've said this many times on the show. If you fail 1, 2, 3 evals, congratulations, you're a trader, right? You're struggling a little bit as you're a newer trader. That's everybody does that. I just detailed my struggles, right? But once you get into 5, 6, 7, and in your case 10, something needs to change. And honestly, and I'll say this on this show, even though it's sponsored by a prop firm, I've said many times prop firms are one of the best things that happen to retail traders, and at times they're the worst. Your ability to just instantly reset and restart without any introspection and without any consequences other than, like for Blue Sky, an $85 reset fee, or just letting your account roll over. If it's in a failed state, they'll reset it, right? Because you basically can shield yourself from some of those consequences. Trust me, losing $5,000 of your own money in one day, which I have done before, thankfully only twice, but I've done before, is something that it forces you to change something because things cannot change. So, Rich, my best advice to you, honestly, if I was in your shoes right now, excuse me, I would take a couple days off. Get away from the markets. Doesn't mean you can't learn. Watch a webinar. Go read The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. Go watch some Mark Douglas webinars on YouTube. Go watch some of my past shows or my materials on YouTube. There's a lot of things you can do, but take a day or two off from trading. And then before you re-up your account and go back, ask yourself, what am I going to do differently this time? If you're over trading, you need to set a hard and fast limit. You need to say, I'm not trading any more than 5 trades today. And honestly, guys, that's one of the frustrating parts as a trading coach. I can help you with that. Like, I can help you say, hey, I don't think you should trade more than 5 times. But I can't, oh man, dry throat. Sorry, guys. I can't stop that, right? I cannot physically, I'm not with you. I can't physically take your hand and take it off the mouse after 5 trades. I mean, I probably could, but that's gonna cost you a lot of money for me to show up and put hands on you when you're trading wrong, right? That should be a service I offer. For 10 grand, I'll fly to your house and smack you in the back of the head every time you do something wrong. But for a lot of traders, then my hand would just really hurt at the end of the day. So let's not do that. I don't know how much sales tax is in Illinois. Yeah, that's a ML. That's a good analogy. I'm not sure it's perfect because a $50 set is always going to be worth $50. It's not going to, it doesn't. In this case, your $50 account may be God willing, in 5 years it's $1 million, right? A lot of steps to get there, but yeah, you're making a good point. Yeah, if you're not changing anything, you are just throwing money down the toilet. You might as well, like I said, when if you're going to go buy your 50th eval and not change anything, you're gambling, right? At that point, figure out how much money you're going to spend on evals for the rest of the year, put it on a prepaid debit, buy a ticket to Vegas, fly there, and put it all on black, right? At least you'll get some entertainment, and you'll spend a couple of days in Vegas before you lose all your money, right? And Vegas has a way of partying fools with their money. Last time I was there, I lost $1. Yeah, I'm still very devastated by that. I played $1 slot one time, lost, never played again. I don't mind Vegas. I've been there a couple times. I've been there for work several times, but I keep my gambling to the markets. All right, guys. So, boy, great questions and great discussion. We're all the way up to our time. So I do want to remind you guys, again, this flash sale just announced today through Friday at bluesky.pro, 55% off. So, yeah, I asked Josh, why not 56%? Does he not even love you guys? No, I'm kidding. Obviously, this is one of the lowest prices some of these have been offered. So I highly encourage you to take advantage of this, and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, tomorrow is Wednesday. Could be a giveaway, could not be. Maybe there's a giveaway on Thursday, maybe there's not. Maybe we wait till Monday. Maybe we announce it, maybe we don't, right? That's the beauty of this show. You never know what's going to happen, but you do know you're going to get some good knowledge, and you're going to get the opportunity to ask questions. So, guys, sign up for my event. I really appreciate seeing you on Thursday morning. I'm going to put the link to sign up one more time in the chat. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for another edition of Beyond the Bell. Good night, guys.